We people from planet Earth, we have just been graced with the presence of an alien, and I think we've seen some alien moves tonight. This was more than an age-defining performance. This was really an alien ass-kicking, unbelievable performance from Bernard Hopkins, totally in control, showed a little bit of everything. Bernard Hopkins.
Thanks, Richard. Tough. That's why every fighter that I talk to, especially Kid Chop and Rosario, you have to take everybody seriously. And for the reporters out there, now you know why all this week he was asking me, everybody, Bernard, Fernandez, all my guys that, you know, right for this sport. No one. I know, you know, you talk about age and Bernard, you know, you did well no matter what, but you take no one for granted. You take nothing for granted and no one lightly. And that's what you're seeing tonight. You're seeing a game guy coming to try to win. Tough, take a good shot. And I'm just glad that he brought, you know, the dog out of me. And, you know, very often you see me get hit with any type of punches, but I know I have one of the best chins in boxing. I just don't get hit often. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So we were trying to just working on that and try to limit the next fight, you know, whenever it comes, you know, to keep things tight. But it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope the fans enjoyed it. Sound like they enjoyed it. And the alien don't get old. So I think that, you know, when you talk about Bernard Hopkins, I think it'd be smart to say Bernard and not age or not numbers, because he didn't know. Talking about age with me, he started to get old, just like, you know, an old fighter. You know, I think he talked about the legacy and talk about something that you're witnessing that you probably won't see in a long time. You know, hopefully you will, but I'm hoping no time soon. You know, so any questions or anything?
Bernard,
yes.
What was it all about? You gesturing toward his corner. I think it was round 8.
I don't know if it was round 8 or 7. He was asking me what was I saying in the other corner.
You kept on looking at his.
While I was talking to his corner, I was trying to negotiate with them to stop the damn fight because this guy was coming bleeding and take a lot of punishment. And listen, Steve Smoger is one of the best referees. I won my first title, he was a referee. So Steve Smoger is not one of those referees. For anyone that know, Steve Smoger would let a fight happen. But being Bernard Hopkins and knowing being in the game, I said, Steve, won't you stop? I said, man, you look at this. So he wouldn't listen. So I looked at the corner and I said, look, man, this guy's all cut up. I'm just going to keep beating him. And I'm going to keep getting him. I'm going to keep getting him. And, you know, and it's going to get ugly lately. So, you know, that's what I did. They didn't listen, though. They didn't listen, and y'all got a chance to see a couple more rounds. But it was good, though. It was good. It was a good workout. I think from 14 months being 50, with not a bruise on my face, I think that's damn good, Richard. I think that's the head of the game. And I'm not bragging, y'all. No, seriously. I'm not being diplomatic. You're right, Richard. I can brag, but I'm just being, I'm blessed, and I'm just glad I know that if you duck more than you take, you can count your own money later on. Dan Raphael.
Congratulations, Bernard.
Thank you.
2 questions for you. One, when you slipped early in the fight, and I think he hit you a couple of times when you were down, were you surprised that Smoger didn't take a point? Because it seemed like a very flagrant kind of foul.
No, because I hit a lot of people in my career when he was down.
Down on the back.
Yeah, it was on their way down, you know, whether it's a slip, whether it's that, not a foul, but down to the point where, you know, a fighter is in the instincts of throwing punches. Sometimes the guy's at the bottom rope, sometimes he's falling down. I mean, it's all game. I mean, this, no, Dan, I mean, you know, there are rules, but when you're in that ring, you're fighting, it's a fight, man. And sometimes, you know, God's energy, I don't think he done it on purpose. I think roughed Bernard up. He looked at some tapes and he figured if he roughed me up or whatever the case might be, that he would get an advantage somehow. But I mean, it didn't bother me. You know, Steve Smoker, I think did it. Well, I know he did a great job, and certain things he's seen, certain things he didn't see. But that's the name of the game. You're only wrong when you get caught. This is boxing.
Were you surprised that he actually came back and fought pretty fiercely on the way back?
Yeah, but I knew he was tough. But that's watching film or whatever. But yeah, he's a game. That's what I'm telling you. If you had a kink in your demeanor or heart or determination to press on, and he the type of guy that will make you really doubt yourself if you're not convinced you are who you are. And because he's that tough, he's a tough guy. I mean, he got there for a reason, and that's why I showed tonight that you can't take no one for granted. I mean, I trained for this fight like it could have been any other super fight. I mean, you know, I step up when it's super fights, but I stepped up for this one because I knew this was sort of that could be a bump in the road type thing. He was a bump, but I got over the hump. That sounds like a rap, don't it?
Bernard, did you like everything about this fight in terms of the dog fight, the brawl, even the element of Steve Smoker being there because he was there when you fought Felix Trinidad?
Listen, yes. I mean, I'm a Philly fighter. And if I have to be a dog, you know, not calling myself one, but y'all know what I mean. In boxing and sports, if you got to bite down and do what you have to do, and you on my ass, I got to rumble. I mean, come on, I can rumble, and you know, the people that been following me, whether they reporters or whatever, they see me bite down. You know, they see me bite down, and if I'm in a situation, especially, you know, this stage in my career where, you know, I'm not gonna be running around the ring trying to, you know, every round outbox a guy. I mean, I can. I have the days to do it, the wills, but I can sit in that pocket. You've seen 4 or 5 different styles. When y'all go home and y'all watch the tape next week, this week, tomorrow, whatever, you've seen the Philadelphia style that a lot of fighters use today, and y'all think it was just invented. It wasn't. We've been doing this. We've been doing this since the Georgie Benton days, they let the shoulder roll. You seen the round car hit that shoulder, and I stayed in the pocket, and I let him fire right off the shoulder and count on him every time because he's a comer. So this stuff is not new to us. It's not new to me. So if you've been watching, I did 5 different styles tonight. You didn't see one thing, and that confused Karo Murat. That really confused him because my hand speed, he was shocked. Then my counter punching, he was shocked. Then my sudden power. I'm not the biggest puncher in the world, but I can get your attention. I can get your attention, and that's all that counts.